This will probably sound really obvious, but it blows my mind how many men need to be told this, which is you don't take dating advice from women. No exceptions. There is a female dating coach called Sadia Khan that you've probably heard of. She's this British Pakistani influencer who became very famous over the past few years because, in a world of male dating coaches online, she was the very few, very select females who started giving dating advice to men. Whereas typically, when you see female influencers like the Wizard Liz, she gives dating advice to women. And her advice is terrible as well, don't get me wrong. So this woman, Sadia Khan, became very famous, and there was a recent scandal involving her, where it was found out that this so-called high-value woman who prides herself in telling men exactly what they have to do to obtain this traditional, loving, meaningful relationship, she was actually having an affair with a engaged man, a man that was about to be married. And I think this man was very wealthy. And from what my understanding is, the girl that was actually due to marry this man found out, and she confronted Sadia through like text messaging and voice calls. And Sadia literally responded with, I'll do what I want. Like, I get that he's married, but if you ever contact me again, I'm going to go suck his dick. Like, this was literally her response. Now, this is everything that I've just seen, online. I've not like verified this myself, but I don't see why people will have a reason to lie. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. That's not the reason why you shouldn't follow female advice. I'm just mentioning this to show you guys there's someone who prides herself in being like this traditional yet high value female who's so in touch with her femininity. She turns out to be just complete and utter trash. Cheating is like, the most trashiest thing someone can do. But the reason why you shouldn't take advice from women is so simple. Women cannot ever understand your experience. Women don't know what it's like to grow up and not have any attraction, any affection from the opposite sex. Now, take me for example, right? Even when I was younger, I wasn't a bad looking guy. Like, I was average, I'm an average guy, average genetics. Like, yeah, now I might be a little bit more attractive. I've suddenly got height, I was always 6 foot, 6'2". But there was nothing that special about me. I was just average. So you would expect that I got maybe some attention from girls, but I didn't. I didn't get any attention from girls. You grow up as a young man and you watch Hollywood movies and you see these guys who are shorter than you, less athletic than you. And in these movies, they're kind of nerdy, but they always get the girl. They save the girl, and the girl dumps her asshole boyfriend and she chooses this guy. But in real life, that's not what happens. And I'm not trying to black pill, promote the black pill, but unfortunately, if you are an average young man, especially nowadays, you will have no attention from girls. You're invisible to them. It's not that they dislike you or they hate you. You don't exist in their world. You are meaningless. When you grow up and you crave that level of affection and you crave any form of intimacy, you basically just want a cute girl. Like say if I type in cute wifey girl, let's see what comes up. Okay, none of these are wifey quality. Let's say if I type in cute traditional girl. Okay, these are all Indians. I was hoping to get like some, here you go, like, no, these are all like models. Okay, let's take this woman for example. Yeah, she's pretty, but look how she's wearing. Like, you just want a woman like this, don't you? Like, yeah, a woman who's beautiful, but who's so generous and kind in her love to her husband. She's not like some 10 out of 10 goddess. She's just a noble woman who would happily run her fingers through her boyfriend or her husband's hair, and you would feel at peace as a man. That's all I wanted. I just wanted love. I didn't want anything else, but I never got it. People like Sadia Khan, she's a very attractive woman. Conventionally, you might not find her attractive, but you can't deny that if I showed her picture to people, they would rate her 9 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10. Do you think she's grown up like that? Do you think she's grown up without any attraction, any attention, any affection from the opposite sex? Do you think guys hated her? Do you think guys didn't even look at her? Of course not. She's had plenty of attention in her life. Even if she was fatter, even if she didn't wear this much makeup, even if she didn't use filters or get surgery, whatever, just by her being a woman means that guys would give her a lot of attention. And you know this is true. This isn't black pill talk. Black pill is more like me saying, just give up. It's hopeless. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is women like Sadia Khan have not shared the soul crushing experience that you have. You know what I'm talking about. You know what it's like to grow up when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 19, 20, and never feel the touch of a woman's hand. What they don't tell you online and what many influencers don't tell you about is that this makes you want to kill yourself. You genuinely contemplate suicide because biologically you have this innate desire to find a mate and reproduce, like what I just showed here. Maybe girl is the wrong term because these are children. No, why these come up. Cute traditional woman. Somebody like her. There you go. Just a cute woman to be by your side. But the vast majority of guys have never even had a woman like this look at them, let alone have any attention from them. Do you know what that does to your soul? Do you know what that does to your mental health? It crushes you. I know this. I've been through it. It absolutely crushes you. So who can understand what you've been through? Is it a female? No. She can never know what it's like. Yeah, she can speak to different guys. She can talk to them. She can listen to them. Oh, Sadia, when I grew up, I hated myself. And she's like, oh, that's so sad. But she could never understand because she hasn't been through it herself. Who can understand what you've been through? Me, Hamza, everyone else in the Library of Adonis. As sexist as it sounds, only a man who's been through what you've been through could ever help you. A woman could never help you when it comes to dating and relationships. Maybe there are other things that people like Sadia could help someone with. Fine. She's a very pretty woman, so maybe she could help guys become more attractive physically, but she cannot help guys find a wife. She cannot help guys find a traditional loving relationship with a woman who has self-respect, with a woman who values her virtue. Would you take advice from a woman who's literally been caught cheating? That's just scummy behavior. Last thing I want to end off with is, why doesn't therapy work on men? Hamza's made many videos about this, and he's very spoken against therapy. And he says it's because therapists basically just coddle you and they don't force you to take action, which is true, but I will go one step further. This therapist, this guy or girl, again, do you think they have shared your experience? Do they know what it's like to jack off 6 times in one night because you're so horny and you watch such depraved pornography to fill that gap in your heart because no girl has ever smiled at you? Do they know what it's like? So when you go to this therapy session and you talk to them and you explain your problems, they just see you as a number. You don't exist. Again, even in their world, you are just a transaction. They will go through the formula, the checklist, tell you, okay, you need to start thinking positively. You need to start putting yourself out there. Yeah, but you didn't have to go through what I have done. You don't know what it's like that when you walk past a girl and all you feel is hatred towards them. Because this is what my life was like. I turned into a full-on incel. I hated women, and it's such a toxic, disgusting way to live. Such a horrible way to live. But I didn't just get there one day instantly. This was over 10, 20 years of self hate, 10, 20 years of no affection from the opposite sex. My advice to you guys is if you ever want advice in something, and my expertise is relationships, marriages, get it from someone who has shared the same struggles that you have. If you're somebody who wants to get into fitness, would you take advice from an IFBB pro bodybuilder, the type of guy who injects 2 grams of testosterone a week, trenbolone, anavar, primobolan, dianabol? How could he understand what struggles you have right now? He could try to help you, but his mind, his expertise is geared towards a completely different type of person. You need advice from someone who knows what it's like to be insecure in the gym. You need advice from someone who, despite working out for 10 years, he hasn't touched a needle in his life. He's completely natural. He is the only one that could truly help you because he is you. He is you just 10 years ahead. He is you who's already sorted out all the shit in his life, found all the problems, solved them. So now he can help you achieve the same level of success, but a lot faster. Do not take advice from women. And certainly do not take advice from women who act like prostitutes. If you do, you deserve whatever consequences come your way. Your relationship with any girl will be tarnished because she will give you dog shit advice. I have seen her content. It is terrible. And I'm not trying to hate on her. I have nothing against her as a person. Her advice is absolute total dog shit. She is just an excellent public speaker and she is very attractive. And she found this very clever niche of an attractive woman giving dating advice to men and she capitalized on it. But there's the proof. That's who you guys, maybe not you guys, but that's who guys in general are thinking of like a role model, treating her with utmost respect, almost following her instructions like a command. Don't degrade yourself. Find someone like Hamza, me, and other guys. Find someone who understands what you've been through and listen to them. They can help you more than these prostitutes can.